How's it going, everyone? Unretired here. Today I want to showcase my level 50 Arcanist, and the build that I'll be showcasing is the replicating missile build. Alright, so if any of you have seen my level 41, you'll know that it is pretty powerful. However, level 50 mobs are strong or more resistant to magic based attacks. So yeah, it's a bit less effective as the level 41, but still fun to play. So I'll be showing you my build as is without any +1 gear, and then I'll be showing you. So I'll just be explaining why I took so many points into certain skills, and that's it's part of my gameplay, how I play. So further ado, so I'm pure Arcanist. I've only put my points into Arcanist. I have not selected any other class. I enjoy Arcanist as is for the moment. That might change, obviously, for later builds, but for the moment, this is what I'm taking. So I'll just show you the must-have skills. Since it's replicating missile, we'll start off by the Panetti's replicating missile. I have 60. I maxed out to 60, so it's 60% chance to pass through enemies. 7 to 10 fragments that'll explode on contact, and it's 138 elemental damage per. Right? Obviously, that is modified by the, your attack power and all that, but this is pretty good at max. Excuse me. Afterwards, I maxed out distortion. It costs 20 per missile, obviously, and 60% chance to pass through enemies. It's 52 to 65 aether damage per missile, and plus 35% fire damage. Alright, I skipped supercharged. I don't really have any lightning based gear. I thought it was useless for me. It might be useful for you, don't get me wrong, but I skipped it. I didn't put any point into here. And I maxed out proliferation. It's 4 to 5 fragments on touch to a mob, 15 to 22 elemental damage, and plus 75% aether damage. Now you can see the point of the build is that it'll be based on aether damage and maybe a bit of fire damage, but it's mostly aether damage. I maxed out Escandra's elemental exchange. It is 185 energy reserve, which is not too bad. It allows you to have it in multiplayer to other people as well, so it's beneficial if you're playing multiplayer as well. 35 elemental damage, so that's every time I'm attacking, I'm adding 35 elemental damage for my attacks. And as replicating missile attacks very fast, you can imagine the amount of output that you're doing in damage. It has a 33% chance of 62 energy leech per second. Now, that's fine, but seeing as you're spending so much energy right off the bat, it's kind of useless to have that in the skill. It should be something else, in my opinion. But anyways, what can you do? I only put 1 point into Lexra's Flash Freeze, because usually I'll let mobs come close to me just to do this and just smash them over with my replicating missile. But yeah, just 1 point. 12 points into Inner Focus, essential skill. Inner Focus, plus 25% Spirit, plus 16% offensive ability. You need to max this out. 1 point into Arcane Will. I'm not playing hardcore, so this is normal, so I just put 1 point into here. It is a when you're below 50%, it activates, and it'll give you 15% more off of your total damage, plus 3 energy regeneration per second. It's an okay skill. I put 1 into Nullification. I only put 1 into Nullification because most of the mobs that you're attacking will die so quickly from your missiles that you don't really need to be putting more points unless you have +1 skills. Then they'll just add on to it. Right? That's just my opinion, anyways. I put 10 into Mental Alacrity. Plus 18% casting speed, which is pretty good. But the most essential off of this is the minus 20% skill energy cost. Since you're spending so much energy on the missiles, the 20% energy cost is so good. it is a must. 10 points. And since I'm going it's more of an Aether damage build, I put 12 points into Fabric of Reality, which it gives me 92% Aether damage, 92% Chaos damage, and 50% Energy Leech. That's if the mobs have any energy whatsoever. Excuse me. Now, I did put 3 points into Albric's Aether Ray. I'll explain afterwards my reasoning for that. I only put 1 point into Reckless Power. I use it when I have it, but putting more points into it doesn't seem beneficial for me anyways for this build. If it would be any other kind of build, yeah, but for this, not really. If it was an Aether build, probably. 1 point into Devastation, because, you know, for the heck of it, I love it, especially if you're playing multiplayer. You're behind and you're just casting Devastation like this. It's just amazing. I love it. I love this skill. But I only put 1 point into it. Now, I put 2 points into Mirror of, I'll just call it Erectus. It does give you 100% damage absorption when on use, and it's 25% damage reflected. That's any kind of damage. There's no specification if it's magic and or melee, so it is all damage basically. And I put 2 points into Maven's Sphere of Protection. Minus 48% total damage when I'm using it. That means I'm doing 48% less damage. I don't really like that. However, I am receiving 33% less in elemental damage, which I like. And I can avoid projectiles by 17%. Okay, so those are the points that I put into. Obviously, if you want to redistribute points to how you feel you want to play, you're more than welcome to do so. This is just how I built it. Now, if I put my gear on, so I have Mantle of the Weeping. All of my other gear was pretty crappy because I'm, you know, RNG. Good job for me. Most of it is I try to get Aether damage based gear. You know, Harvest Grips, meh. You know, Resonant Frontier Sabatons, meh, it's pretty crappy. Most of my stuff is honestly I don't like, but I'll take what I can get for the moment. So I have Mantle of the Weeping Eye. It adds +1 to Elemental Awakening. However, it's adding +2 to Iskandra's Elemental Exchange. So if I put that on, I am now at 41 elemental damage. So I love that much. It's only like it's only 3 more elemental damage, but still good. Now if we add so I have +1s. So I have Immaterial Edge. Lots of Aether damage on it, especially to Titanics, which is most of the mobs around Bloodgrove. So that's very useful. And try to get a component that'll add Aether damage as well. I have put Wrathstone. And it adds +1 to Arcanist skills. Now you might get another weapon that's super good, but since it's a +1 skill, automatic equip for me. Now I know there's helmets that are much better than this, but this is the one that I use. Spirit Weaver Circlet. It does vitality damage, 28% Aether damage, which is a big reason why I have it as well. And it has +1 to all skills in Arcanist. Auto equip. Alright. Now you'll want to get Arcanum Sigil. You know, the elemental damage just on it and the Aether damage is quite amazing, but the +2 to Panini's Replicating Missile is a must-have. Plus, you put a component, Aether Soul, +10% Aether damage and the resistances and whatnot, and you got yourself a really amazing medal. Now, remember when I said I put certain points into Albric's the Aether Ray? It's because of this. I have these 2 rings. I got them both. Does a lot of percentage of Aether damage, 43%. This one's 32%. And in between them, the Spirit, 19, 21, 238 health, 274 health, the plus energy, the Aether resistance as well, and +2 to Albrich Aether Ray. So I just got 4 points for 2 rings. Plus it gives me Arcane Blast, which is a 10% chance when hit by melee attack. So I basically have 20% chance of doing Arcane Blast. So let's take a look at how the build is now. So I have 16 points into Iskandra's Elemental Exchange. Now I only put 2 points in these ones, but since I get +1 skills, so I get +2, now I'm at 45% damage reflection. And now I'm at 20% chance to avoid projectiles, and a minus 44% total damage, bleh. But, you know, it's still okay. But the best is these skills. I mean, 14 out of 12, 100% Aether damage more, 21% skill energy cost reduction. I'm at 27% Spirit, 18% offensive ability. The Panini's Replicating Missile, 7 to 10 fragments, 174 elemental damage. You know, it goes on and on. And since I have Albric, so I have 2, 4, 5, 6 points additional. So I have put 3 points, and now I have 9. Right? So let's go check out the build. And you might want to get a component that will give you Aether Aura. So it'll augment your Aether damage. So this one is plus 15% Aether damage. And I have the Iskandra. And on one of my components, I have Radiant Shield, so that I can use that. Let's go to which area? Let's go to Bloodgrove. Just want to demonstrate the build really quick. I mean, these are the mobs here. Okay, that's... I mean, that's pretty good. You know, if you're... The only drawback of using this build is really the mana cost. It's really the mana cost of using this build. The more you use it, the more it'll cost. And as you can see, my energy went down substantially just by using a couple times. Right? Even normal or veteran, it comes up to the same thing. It's still very strong. And as you can see, it's quite powerful. The plus Aether damage is just magnificent. It's just adding so much damage. These zealots usually, they hit so hard, but you know, if they can't reach you, what are they gonna do, right? And you use your Aether Ray if you want. It's so strong. So yeah, guys, this is the build. Try it out. I hope that you enjoy it. I mean, it's not for everyone. Obviously, the Replicating Missile. It's for some people, they'll want to redistribute points to certain areas, which are more than welcome to do, obviously. But yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed the build, and you'll be seeing more build videos very soon from me as well for Arcanist. So stay tuned, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video.